So I just had a coaching session with a woman that I've just started working with, and we were having this conversation around it being okay to not be okay. And it's just so interesting that we live in this world where we're told that we need to hide the places where we don't feel okay, where we feel sadness, where we feel fear, where we feel anger. And the problem here is that when we resist acknowledging that we're not okay, when we resist acknowledging that we're sad or angry or mourning or grieving, what happens is that the energy stays stuck in us. It stays trapped in our bodies, and it can express in the form of dis-ease, of excess weight, of relationships that reflect that we're not good enough or not worthy enough. And the problem is that when we resist acknowledging that the pain exists within us, in our beings, that we can't actually create space for something new to emerge. I was having a conversation with another person today around this idea of alchemizing shame, alchemizing grief. And even that idea of immediately jumping to alchemizing it has us forget that before we can let go of the thing, we need to feel it. We're so wanting to let go of the pain, let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of the shame. But the problem is we don't actually know how to create spaces to feel, why is this here and where has this come from? And I've been resisting feeling it for so long, but if we don't feel it, we can't move it. We can't jump right to letting it go. We need to understand why it is here in the first place. And this is the work, it's so funny. I feel like the more that I grow, the more that I realize that I am totally a beginner. I'm opening my heart for the first time in 31 years. I finally feel myself truly ready to open my heart and realizing, wow, I have been attracting in emotionally unavailable human beings to be the people that I want to open my heart to because I haven't been ready. And now that I'm ready and I'm finally connecting my heart with my sex and not separating the two, but allowing them to come together as one, I'm realizing that, oh my God, to open my heart to love means to open my heart to pain. And that's what I feel that so many of us are avoiding. We're avoiding opening our hearts truly and vulnerably because we realize that if we open to love, we must open to feeling the immense sadness that so many of us are experiencing in this culture. How could we not be sad? How could we not feel pain? People are suffering all over the world. Oppression exists everywhere. The desire for power over is winning over the desire for power with. There is sadness. We can't act like this isn't here. We can't just brush it under the rug and think that we can manifest a life of our dreams when we're hiding the thing that exists right now. There is space to create amazing beauty in the world, both in our individual lives and in the collective. But if we follow this trend of America to sweep our past regressions under the rug, we can't actually move forward. And it's such a beautiful thing, this tenderness that exists within us. This sadness is such a beautiful thing. This vulnerability is such a beautiful thing, but we haven't been taught how to create safe spaces for it. And that's what I do. That is what I've been cultivating within myself, and that is the space that I hold for others, so that we can just realize that, yes, we are powerful and we are strong, but we are also deeply hurting. I think that's the thing that I'm touching into with my desire for partnership, with my desire to be met by a man. Really, I just desire to have someone else to hold space for the bottomless chasm of emotion that I can feel exists within me, and to just know that all of me is welcome. And that all of you is welcome as well. You don't have to be this perfect being who has all their shit together to be worthy of love and joy and abundance. We can actually be messy. We can actually be imperfect. We can actually be sad. Sadness is such a beautiful thing. Grief is such a beautiful thing. And I invite you to explore what it would be like to create space in your daily life to just feel the emotions that we've been told aren't permissible to feel. What would it be like if you created a safe space for yourself to feel the sadness that you've been pushing away for so long because it wasn't safe at one time to acknowledge that it existed? It is safe now. It is safe to feel the sadness. It is safe to feel the grief. It is safe to invite out the tears. And this is why it is so essential that we find our community, that we find our tribe of people who support you in this unearthing, that support you in going into the parts of you that you're afraid of, because you don't have to do this alone. We're not meant to do this alone. We're meant to do this in connection. We're meant to do this in community. And it requires us to be messy. It requires us to not have all of our shit together. Because if we keep avoiding acting like we have what am I trying to say here? If we keep acting like we have all of our shit together, the amount of energy that it takes to protect ourselves from being seen in the truth of who we are is the very thing that keeps us from our destiny, from our joy, from the love that we are desiring to invite in. Trusting ourselves may seem simple, but it's not easy. Loving ourselves may seem simple, but it's not easy. Taking care of yourself may seem simple, but it's not easy. Such basic things, yet we're not taught how to do it. So can you create that space for yourself? That's what I'm learning to do for myself. Love myself. Trust myself. Take care of myself. How can we possibly be of service to the world if we don't know how to be of service to ourselves? Your heart is tender, and it's a beautiful thing. Give yourself space to breathe and explore who you truly are. And you're not worried about what everyone else thinks. The world will wait. And in fact, the world supports you in taking this time. There's a new way emerging. You know it. You feel it. Breathe. Slow down. The world wants you to discover who you truly are. I love you. I'll see you soon.